blue Terran. I'm not sure which team he's from. He's got a lot of things in his name there. Mineski Dane. Yep. Man, I haven't heard Mineski mentioned in a very long time.
Oh, man, they were solid.
Yeah.
Really good team. But in the top left-hand corner, recently added to the Echo roster. He's the red Terran. In terms of a rising star and an up-and-comer, I guess this guy really fits the bill. It is Pokemon. Like I said, I haven't really seen much. He's kind of been on the up-and-come. Oh, that's a terrible... He's been up-and-coming for a while now.
He's one of SEA's rising stars.
Oh, there you go.
Alright, so both players pretty much... I mean, it is the start of a Terran game, so both players probably will be mirrored for a little bit.
We'll have to wait and see. I think 1-1-1's the common, like Banshee builds are the common meta at the moment.
Yep.
We see Gas going out for Pokemon, so already a difference in build. Dane going to go for the racks first. So, already not mirrored. You beauty.
Alright. Alright, so I wonder what Pokemon's actually going to do with this gas, because I mean he's going to have well over 50 gas before his barracks finishes, so maybe a quick factory.
Could also be Reaper, very unlikely, but still a possibility.
Maybe even reactor expand. I mean that's still 50 gas for the reactor, so I
think he would have got the racks first for that.
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, Dane going to scout. I really like. I think TVT, it's for instance like PvP, you literally can't get away with not scouting. Every bit of information is just so imperative in a mirror matchup. I mean, as you know, obviously PvP is I'm going to say a little more brutal in the fact that, you know, you can get just directly hard countered and have a massive deficit just by their opener. And I'm pretty certain, yep, factory, you're right. So straight into the factory tech. And Dane already knows it. He already knows it's factory. And he's actually going to lose an SC.
Very, very close to. But he's going to chase it down. A couple of SCVs coming off one. They're trying to fight it off. He's going to be dancing that SCV around just for a little bit. Slowing down. It's getting very, very close to being sniped.
It's got to be dead. It's got to be dead.
Emil cuts down. He turns it around and he loses the blue one. That's Dane's SCV going down. Saving his own. Killing off one. Nice little trade there. He actually takes a one-worker lead, if that makes anything. But that will get made up.
That one Marine being the saving grace there, because I'm not sure what happened with Dane. Maybe it somehow got put on an attack move at the end there, because it went for the other SCV instead of the low one.
Yeah.
Pokemon very lucky to get out of that with his SCV still alive. Right. But factory is finishing up straight into the starport.
1-1-1, as you were saying, being a very common build. The actually expansion coming down here from Dane and factory to follow this up. I'm not sure how this might go for Dane, because if this is a Banshee rush, which it looks like it could be, I mean the barracks.
Cloak or no cloak is the question.
I think it might. Oh, there's not even a tech lab out there, so.
However, Pokemon is still a bit of a... No, he's going to be fine. Yeah, supply block's going to be finished. But he's still only on one gas, so that does not say cloak sheet to me. I think it's just a literal 1-on-1 with a Banshee. Might even be a medivac for drops, and it's a medivac for drops.
I mean, he doesn't have a tech lab, so he can't make a Banshee, so it might just be straight up Hellion drop, or maybe.
And Dane's build is perfect for what he's playing against. The simple fact that... he's going to have Marines, he's got lots of them out, he's going to have Hellions out too, he's going to have pretty much the same amount of units that Pokemon's got, but he's got a command center. Like, how perfect is that?
Yeah, Pokemon actually saving up right now, so I'm pretty sure he's going to be throwing down his command center as well. His tech lab actually coming down for Dane, and that Medivac does fill up and moves across the map. So he's going to go for that drop, and the units here for Dane actually moving out in front of the natural, and this could be dire to him. Where's this Medivac going? He came back for a second there. I'm not sure where he's going with that. But the units here from Dane.
Dane might move across the map. It looks like he just wants to try and catch these Hellions. Where did that scan go down? Oh, right in the main of Pokemon. So you'll see that the CC's delayed. You'll see the racks follow up. So he'll know that he's got to go up the ramp here because, you know, his opponent has focus. Now, where's that Medivac? Oh, he's not electing to drop
he wasn't. He just kind of carried his units across the map with it. And Dane's kind of got, I feel, the unit advantage here, so he's going to actually fight, but no, it's actually swinging in favour of Pokemon very, very quickly.
One Medivac, huge help there. And also you saw Dane move down the ramp there, just lining his units up for the... Oh, SCV's coming off the line!
This is that reactor, but now here comes a fight that really needs to be done. He needs to get out of there with what he has, but he loses almost everything except for the Medivac and a couple of Marines. And I mean...
4 workers?
Yeah, he got a few workers. He even got a reactor. He killed a few Hellions as well. So yeah, it was a pretty good trade for Pokemon in the end. Let's go back home. He does have a command center on the way, but that command center has been done for a while now for Dane. But the worker count is still somewhat equal because of the few
interesting
workers
little swap over there that we missed actually. Dane was going for a reactor on his racks, and then a tech lab in his starport started a Banshee. Cancelled it and then swapped them over. So he's going to go for Stim and a Rax follow-up rather than the Cloakshi that he originally was thinking of going for. However, Pokemon, you can see he's already got a tank out, he's already got 2 Vikings out, he's got air superiority, he's got ground superiority. All he's missing is this natural CC that Dane has just floated down. So we noted that Dane had the same amount of units, early with the extra CC, but Pokemon's kind of evened that up now.
Yeah, there was a really good trade he had.
Big slip up there, accidentally lifting up his main command center.
Was that Pokemon?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's got a couple of idle SCVs still. He still hasn't fixed it all up, but there we go, he's fixed it up.
Easy pick.
Hopefully it doesn't knock him back too much. I mean, it'll slow down his mining, but... Oh, and now those SCVs are going back to the main. Oh, a little bit unlucky.
Oh, that's alright.
Yeah.
So you can see he's up supply, 8 supply up. So doing all that good stuff. Not adding any kind of reactors to these racks yet. Just going to leave them as single racks. And this is where Dane will be able to catch up, because we can see both reactors are finishing up on his 2 racks. So he's going to be able to catch up that deficit very quickly. And that's why the deficit is actually, it exists, is because he's been making reactors and tech labs and stuff. But third base going down now for Dane. Pokemon, now getting those reactors that I was talking about. Going to get them on both racks by the look of it. Yep, cool.
There's actually a drop about to come out here from Dane. He picked up 4 Hellions that are out in the middle of the base, and he's going to go swing into the main as all the units here are about to move out. There is a turret there to defend, but he pulls back. But all the units here from Pokemon are pulled out of position, so he's just going to try and bring his units home and use to defend. But no, he goes in for the drop instead. The Hellions are going to poke in and see what they can get done. There's no ground. There is no ground support here at all for these SCVs, and they're going to start running down to that natural. And they're lined up as well. This can be damaging as Pokemon is just continuing to walk across the map with these units.
Yeah,
so many SCVs going down. It's up to 11 workers, 13. He's still going. There's a tank just sitting there, it's not in siege mode. You can't really take it on as it is an armoured vehicle, but there is an engagement at the natural here. 2 siege tanks lined up. Vikings on the high ground, everything being cleaned up in the natural here by Pokemon's tanks, and he's going to press forward. There is a siege tank for him as well, but the SCVs at home finally getting, the Hellions, finally getting cleaned up.
Focus that tank! Oh, losing all those Vikings was very painful.
Yeah.
But very even trades there by both players. Nice hot pickup there. Saves both his tanks, and if we check workers killed, it's even. It's exactly the same.
SCVs came offline for both players, and there's a siege up in the main right now on this starport. You can even pick off a few Marines. There is a drop coming on top. He needs to pick up and leave, but if he focuses the Medivac, this just cannot leave in general, and he does pick it off. Nothing getting out there for Pokemon, and Dane actually takes a supply lead.
Yep. That Viking so pivotal there. Just the last 2 shots off on the Medivac. I think Pokemon should have just flown home with those 2 tanks. I mean, he wasn't going to achieve... He's going to maybe kill 1 or 2 units there. You can see most of the damage going into that starport. Definitely should have just flown home. Kept his tanks alive, focused on the next push. And we can see Dane, that 3rd CC, when you lose a lot of workers, it's good to have that extra CC. So that's really giving Dane an advantage now.
And there's actually a double drop starting to move out here from Dane. Going to go target the main once again. All the units for Pokemon once again just sitting down at this natural. If this doesn't get spotted, there's actually nothing there to spot. That Viking, he's been trying to keep that airspace clear, but there's nothing really been moving around out there except for that Medivac and that last engagement there for Pokemon. And he's poking there. He sees there's nothing there to scout. He's going to come in, drop in that fog of war and then just stim in and do as much damage as he can.
I really like this kind of drop play from Dane. He's being very cautious, making sure he can get all of his Marines unloaded. And, you know, reactors at this stage are huge.
Yep.
So much production going down here.
It picks up, still gets most of his Marines, loses 4, still gets that, but he gets 2 reactors. So great little play there by Dane to just kind of keep his lead intact, of course. And he's even thrown down a sensor tower, so there's going to be no chance of dropping that main from
Special
Pokemon
Viking there.
Yep.
Also, Dane just mildly in front on upgrades here. He's going to have 1-1 when Pokemon only has +1. Also getting his armory down a little earlier. And yeah, we can see he's added a bunch more racks on Pokemon. Just now throwing down that 3rd CC, and I suppose he will... Oh!
Well, this is risky. He's going to lose a lot there for that. But,
whoa, and more comes.
Oh, he's a big death drop coming in, but he needs to pick up and leave, in which he does. He actually leaves a lot of his units behind. I think that was a bit of a mistake there from Dane. But he does pick up the missile turret. Yeah, Pokemon clean out very well. I think that was a bit of a misclick though from Dane. Just
no, that was fantastic by Pokemon. He loaded everything up to his medivacs, boosted them over, and dropped them. There was no way that Dane was actually going to trade even remotely favourably there. That he was going to get either completely wiped out, or do what he did there, where he loses, you know, a majority. And this is risky from Pokemon. Trying to do the same thing. There's of course already a Viking there. The Viking! Really... Oh, he gets around him!
Yeah, and there's not really much in the main to defend right now. I mean, he did just have a lot of units spawn. He's still flying around inside the Sense Tower. Okay, he's flying out. But as scan goes down, he can see the army on its way now, so he's going to reposition himself in front of this natural. He's got siege tanks, he's got Marines, he's got medivacs. There's 1 Marine just sitting in a medivac there, all nice and cozy.
Pokemon could drop the main here. I think he's gonna head home. Dropping the main would have... This would have been a good drop for the simple fact that, you know, he's got units to actually really punish the infrastructure here, and all the tanks are out of position. So Pokemon gonna get his forces together again. Let's see what he wants to do, because Dane's obviously taken a 3rd base. The onus is on Pokemon to do something here, and it looks like he's going to do a big drop again. So 5 fully loaded medivacs. There is a Marine spotting, but I don't think Dane's got enough to be able to get back in time. It's all way out of position here. Needs to wait for the boost, of course. Coming off cooldown in 2 seconds.
Yep. And he goes.
And off we go.
Yeah, the Viking's out of position. There's actually really nothing in the main. Actually, a nice big spawn of units here for Dane, but he does stim and he drops. And the siege tanks need to get out of that medivac as soon as possible and go into siege mode, but they're just... There he goes, he finally goes in siege mode, but there is one already there for Dane to defend, and all those Marines get cleaned up quick, smart, everything going to go down here for Pokemon, and this could be the sealer. As he cleans up everything, he almost gets that last medivac. There is a little bit of an attack coming into the natural here with a couple of siege tanks. He's sieged up pretty nicely, but he's going to run all those Marines down. I think that was the best option there for him, but he's going to clean up those tanks. He loses a few Marines for it. He's got a full medivac full of units there, and he can kind of maybe try and move across the map and have a bit of a contain. He is on 3 bases. He has the far superior economy right now, as the 3rd base is trying to come down here for Pokemon, but the upgrades are going to be very much in the advantage of Dane very soon. So if he does hit that timing, it doesn't look like he wants to at the right now. He's just kind of totaling on his 3 bases, trying to make sure he keeps his lead, as he knows he's there.
Also, Dane, you know, as I was talking about, he was out of position, but just able to unsiege his tanks, pop them all in medivac, boost up, and, you know, easy does it. Pokemon's real issue there was, I'm pretty sure that his medivac with the 2 tanks was over the top of a building, actually got sniped off before he could drop them both, and that would have changed that dramatically, having the extra 2 tanks sieged. But Dane going to move out now, going to try and flank this 3rd base. Definitely a smart move.
Very good force coming here. So he even drops that pre-scan down just to see what he's going to be up against, and he gets his units in. He's going to stim up on these tanks. Can he focus them down in time? The siege tank's coming back. He runs into the 3 siege tanks there, Pokemon. That's not his best option there, but he obviously didn't really know the siege tanks were there. Just kind of ran blindly into 3 of them. There are 4 there now for Pokemon, so Dane can't really run down this ramp right now with the amount of siege tanks, but he's going to go take a couple of splash damage. He picks off 1 tank, I believe, another one coming in the back here for Dane, to be able to just kind of keep a lockdown here. And he's got his 3rd base still nicely up and running. There's a siege tank kind of just sitting back at home. He's going to rally these units across the map now by the look of it, and just kind of keep a push going on here as scans flying down from both units, both players.
I've got to be careful with that drop. Dane heading home, obviously seeing that there was no Marines around, but you know the flip side to that was he could have just unsieged and pushed and crushed these 4 tanks with this drop heading back, and he's still got the option to do that. So this drop, there is another drop actually for both players going out. I'll have to wait and see how this goes. There's going to be a lot of multitasking.
Yep. As now the 4 drops have been spotted here by Dane's center tower. He goes in. There's a couple of missile turrets trying to do what they can, but this massive drop is going to take down a lot of the infrastructure because Dane has really got nothing at home. And Dane's going to try and push into the third base. There is a couple of siege tanks there, that one getting instantly blown up as he's just kind of in range there with that last siege tank, still trying to do what he can, but this infrastructure is starting to fly down here for Dane as there's plenty of Marines trying to do what they can. There's no medivacs there for Dane right now, as a siege tank, I think, doing damage there, but he does pick up leave. He lost all his Marines. He misses he's missing 2 medivacs as well. So he's going to get out of there with not much left, and Pokemon's going to GG because he lost that third base. He's even got that drop in the main from Dane, taking down a lot of stuff as well, and that's going to be the end of the game number 1.
Yeah, great little game that one, and a lot of back and forth, but you could really see Dane. God, look at those APMs. What on earth? Is that even real?
Oh wow.
375 and 328? What?